Well, I did it again. I TBR'd way too hard. Welcome to a chaotic TBR for the Ever After Readathon. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and this is Books Forever After, where I talk about everything and all things books and nothing but the books. Alright, so this is a exciting TBR and already a very chaotic one. Alright, so it's a couple days later. I was planning on getting this out May 1st, and my audio footage for this portion, my mic somehow got unjacked, so 20 minutes of footage lost. So take two, guys, take two. Alright. Okay, so I have such a chaotic TBR, very, very ambitious, and as you know, we had this Ever After Readathon, my first readathon that I am hosting and creating, and I'll focus on historical romance and in celebration of my birthday and all my favorite things. So I will link down below my announcement videos so you can get all of the deets in the background on that. This readathon will be between May 17th through May 31st, and I will have the link to the Discord and everything down below too, as well as my lovely co-hosts that are joining me. And yeah, so let's talk about this TBR. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the books before the TBR, since this is a 2-week readathon, because I get distracted very easily. So and I'm sure even my readathon for the Ever After Readathon is going to probably change between now and then. So we'll see how it goes. The first one I have is Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. This is part of the read-along that is being hosted by Jen from the Book Refuge. I have just, literally as of I am filming this, just finished book 2. It was so long. But I've heard that Voyager is is Becky's favorite, so I'm hoping I will like this one better. Okay, so the next one, I have this as my one fantasy because I know I'm gonna burn myself out with all these historicals. So I have one fantasy on my reread of Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, book 2 of the From Blood and Ash series. So it's like next to ACOTAR, like my favorite fantasy series, romantasy series, and I want to reread it so I can get up to War of Two Queens. So I own all the physical books now, and I just want to be able to enjoy it that way. So I absolutely love this series. Top 10 of my favorite series from 2023. Next, I will be finishing The Finish Line by Kate Stewart. So I binged, and I mean binged, books 1 and 2, which is Flock and Exodus. Oh my gosh, small town, angsty and tension. The heroine goes to a small town where her father has his factory. He's a big CEO, very billionaire kind of person, and she goes there. She's estranged from him, and she goes there so that she has to stay there for 1 year in order to receive her inheritance. And she runs into, along the way, is introduced to 2 men, and then in book 2 you meet the third one. So kind of she has to pick between the 3 men, and it is so good. Totally not what I was expecting. There's a little bit of a suspense factor that's a little mysterious about these men that you find out, that I found really, really intriguing. And I don't know, the angst and the tension, the pining, the drama was just what I needed after some very disappointing and rough work week that I had. So just what I needed to get me through the weekend, and binge those in 2 days. So now I'm hoping to finish this one as well. I'm about a third of the way into this one. Both of those were 5 stars, by the way. Alright, next is I am currently reading Lorraine Heath's Beyond Scandal and Desire. This is book 1 in the Since for All Seasons. I had heard Affy talk about this. I will link her down below. She talked about like every book in the series was a 5-star for her, and I mean, I just had to pick it up. So this follows I think siblings who are the cast-offs of society, so they're bastards or just orphans and things, and so they are raised brought up by a widow. And so in this one, the hero is seeking his revenge against his father, who is a duke, against his half-brother, assumed betrothed. So they're not betrothed yet, but it's just assumed that they'll be betrothed, because she's actually a ward, when her parents died, became a ward for the duke as well. So yes, I'm liking it so far. I do like the characters, but I haven't gotten as far in yet to really hone my thoughts yet. Next, I put an image up here, is Untouched by Anna Campbell. This is a mood reader book club pick for May. This book club that I co-host with April is, we kind of go in between historical and romantasy. So this month is it's historical romances, and we kind of switch off. So romantasy are on her channel, and then historical romances are on my channel. So our live will be May 17th. So after the live kickoff of the readathon, the live show for there, we will have it at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our live show for the kickoff for the readathon is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So really looking forward to it. It looks very dark, a dark romance. There is kidnapping in it, and Maggie actually recommended this, so for Maggie's book and stuff, so we had to read it. It just sounds so good. And I will also post a little caveat that if you want to join us in this live show and you are doing the Ever After Readathon, I will allow that you can include this as part of your reading, counting it as part of your reading for the readathon, as long as you read it within that week of the May 17th, you can count it. Typically for the readathon, I want you to start, you can start reading on May 16th for the readathon. So for this one, if you read it, say if you get it done May 13th, you should be able to, I'll let you count it on your thing. So just a little caveat for there. The next one I got from the library as I was perusing. Oh yes, the Untouched by Anna Campbell, I was able to check that out from my library via the Libby app. So this one is Vivian Lorette, It Had to Be a Duke. I don't know too much of it. I just know that she apparently claims to be engaged to this duke, just because of tired of having to say that she's, going to be a spinster, I believe. Oh, so she does it out of spite because someone was like talking about how many suitors they have, so she actually just kind of one-up them and claims that she's engaged to this duke, and he finds out about it, and things go from there. So don't know too much about it other than that, but it sounds really, really good, and I'm hoping that I can renew it because my checkouts for these 2 books will expire on May 11th, so hoping to be able to read it because I know I probably won't be able to get to it that quickly. And these are new releases as well, so those will actually probably be able to, both of these will be, if I read it during the readathon, would count for a new release. And I'm hoping Grumpy Hero too for that one. The next one is The Governess and the Duke by Lydia Drake, and I'm hoping that this one is also a new release and a governess book, so that would fill one of the prompts. So I'm hoping to get to this one. This one is, she's always pined for him, and her charge finds out that she has a crush, and she tries to, I guess, make things happen, I guess. So I don't base off the premise, so I really know nothing, but that is what we have there. And all of these two here would fulfill a clinch cover prompt as well, so any of these could do for that as well. Next I have I'll post on here. While the Duke Was Sleeping. This is listed as a buddy read within the Discord, so there's not a prompt for a buddy read. I forget, I guess it was brought up on a live show with Bea and Tara, and it's, as you can tell by the title, it's a play on the While You Were Sleeping movie, and with Sandra Bullock. And so it sounds really, really cute. It doesn't, I don't know what prompt it would fulfill. I'm guessing Grumpy Hero, because of the, if they're going off the movie, that character was very grumpy. So looking forward to that one. Next, I have An Offer from a Gentleman by Julia Quinn. Now, this is one of my absolute favorite novels, and especially of the Bridgerton series, especially, it's my favorite of those. It's also a Cinderella retelling, so that would fulfill a prompt. So yes, it could also fulfill a step back prompt, because it does have a step back on the original release. I don't have a copy of that one yet, which I am frantically searching. Someday. I own the step backs in the books 5 through 8, but I am looking for this one. So yes, I have reread this so many times, and I want to reread it again before watching season 3 of the Bridgerton. I definitely want to read those books through Francesca's book, because they all are around the same period and time period. So yeah, looking forward to that reread for this month and going into June. Alright, next is, I have The Royal Conquest by Stacey Reid. I also have A Matter of Temptation. This would fulfill the BIPOC author and a novella, but I don't know if I want to read this one yet, because it's like book 4. I didn't realize it when I picked it up that it's part of the series. So let me know if I can just read this out of order, or do I have to read the books before it? Because otherwise, if I do, I might just try to read A Matter of Temptation. Don't know any other premises really on these ones, but I will have to get that one from the Libby app from my library. So yeah, let me know down below which one I should read. Can I read this by itself? If so, then I guess I have to read A Matter of Temptation. So let me know. Next, I have The Counterfeit Scoundrel by Lorraine Heath. I'm hoping to actually read this one before the readathon, so I can read this one, The Notorious Mr. Knightley, because it's second chance and it sounds amazing. So this one, I guess, is the heroine is an author, or she writes a column, and she basically gives the tea on this Mr. Knightley, who talks all bad about him and everything like that, and throws him on the bus because of all of his exploits, because he, a while back, had left her at the altar. And I guess that's all I know, and apparently it just sounds so really good. I love second chance and angstiness, and I love that. So, and then this one, I don't know too much about it. I think this one is just a spy. I forget which one is undercover, but it's like a spy historical romance. So looking forward to that. I heard great things about the series, so I'm looking forward to really delving into Lorraine Heath. I've only read, I think, 1 book by her. No, 2 books by her. The Westerns I wasn't really a fan of, The Texas Glory, and I also read, I'll put a picture up here, the one I read, and I enjoyed that. That wasn't an absolute fave, but I did enjoy it. Alright, next we have The Brown-Eyed Earl by Anna Bennett. This would be a new author to me. It would fulfill a governess trope. I don't know what else tropes it would fill. Obviously clinch cover as well, but yeah, that's also like another one of a governess trope. If I do end up having to return the other governess book back to the library, then I still have the prompt option here. Alright, and then I have a pirate romance, Bride of the Wind by Shannon Drake. That's one of my prompts, is I love pirate romances. So yes, I definitely am looking forward to this one. This one is also second chance, and it has kidnapping, which sounds amazing, and he's trying to get revenge against her from her betrayal. that's all you need to tell me. That it sounds amazing. And I actually first heard about this from Maggie again. She had a book haul regarding this, and I am hoping to really enjoy this. And the cover looks amazing, and it's, again, second chance pirates. There's hopefully going to be action and drama and angst and tension and all those lovely things that I hope this will be. And then I have two more. I have an indie one as well, because Stacey Reed is also an indie author, so that would also fulfill the prompt. But I have one called The True Purpose of Vines by Giovanna Siniscolci. Everyone, let me know if I actually pronounced that right, if you're Italian. It's been a while since I actually used to sing Italian opera in high school and all that stuff. Quite a lot, so hopefully I'm not as rusty anymore. Anyway, this one would fulfill a set in Hawaii, Portugal, Spain, or Puerto Rico. That's one of my prompts. So this one is set in Portugal, and that I've heard so many people recommend this. Actually, the second book in this series sounds even better. But I want to read this in order because I'm not sure if I need to or not. So looking forward to it. I do hear that this author is really good with her historical accuracy, and that is something that I really miss in a lot of the old school historicals, on the historical accuracy and noting that out. One of my favorites is also part of this readathon prompt is Remembrance by Jude Devereaux. I just remember really enjoying that because it's like a time travel past life one, and the author was really good getting to follow the main character as she experiences all the kind of a few of like the normal everyday things that you wouldn't think of. You know, how did people go to the restroom and dressing and things, that kind of stuff. It was really interesting without being too heavy with and boring with the details. All right, and then finally, The Duke by Kerrigan Byrne. This would fulfill Second Chance and a dark romance. It's a noir. I'm really enjoying reading this series. I just finished The Highlander in April. And I think this one, she discovers a soldier in the hospital. He has amnesia and he doesn't remember that they used to be together. Maybe, I don't know if they were together before or they were broken up, but again, I think you can sense the theme here. I love Second Chance. So here we go. I haven't really, in this series, I rated The Highwayman at 6 stars, and that is actually one of my favorite books of all time as part of the prompt for the readathon as well. And the other two books, book 2 and 3, I didn't rate a 5-star. They were both 4 stars. So I've been slightly disappointed that I haven't like really like just absolutely devoured and loved those ones. I've heard that people really like this one as comparative with how much they loved The Highwayman, that they also really love this one as well at that same level. So I'm hoping that happens for me. Okay. Alright, so that is it. I know I probably have a few prompts that I still haven't fulfilled. Maybe hopefully one of those will be an audiobook. I do have a couple of cards that I have as a prompt. So I have developed those prompts. I'll be posting them on the Instagram as well. In the Discord, a lot of people are putting their prompts their bingo cards and their TBR shown. So that way you can create your own bingo card, or you can kind of borrow from somebody else's like setup. And there's also giveaways and things like that. So as I mentioned, all the details are in that video down in the description below. And I think that's it. All right, I am really, really excited for this month. It's going to be really crazy, but really, really crazy and busy, but really, really fun, I hope. So, all right, so that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.